guys.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, Shannon.
Oh, hey. So this piece that I wrote it because I was learning some fun facts about elephants. Does anybody know any fun facts about elephants in here? If you do, shout it out.
Oh, they never forget.
Oh yeah, that is something. It's not in the poem, but it is. Cool. Well, I hope you learned something new today. Elephants can't jump. The bones in their legs are all pointed down, which means they don't have the spring to push off the ground. They are bound to hold the dust. On top of all their weight, I bet that must be heavy. To know your legs are not built for leaps of faith. To know that the only way to the other side of something will always be straight through, because you carry far too many burdens to propel yourself over anything. It must be heavy. To feel like God forgot a little something when he made you, like you weren't all the way thought through, rather quickly thrown together. Like the way you exist in this world was left up to the shuffle of a deck, and unfortunately, you just got some bad cards. And everyone tells the elephant that unfortunately, life is hard and she'll just have to walk her way through it. And walk it she does through the thickest of jungles, trampling over bits of trees and plants and weeds, staring back at the flattened forest behind her. Shame always finds a way to remind her that she is not gentle and has always been too heavy, and that next time she should tiptoe or jump or fly through the forest instead of crush things, but she has no wings, so she just keeps walking around with her oversized feet and bones that point down. She finds her way out of the jungle and onto dry ground. She looks around and sees nothing but parched land, sand and dirt. In desperate need of water, she starts to dig beneath the earth in search of underground springs, while in her mind adding this land to the list of things she has not been gentle with. She starts to wonder what the world would be like without her footsteps that crush and dig and break. Without all her mistakes, the world might be safer and a little more gentle. And in that moment, she hears a still small voice break through the chaos of her mental and ask, "Can I tell you something? Since I'm not sure you've ever known, but the way you move through the forest, crushing what's been overgrown, actually allows sunlight to reach the lowest plants that would otherwise die.
Come on.
Your footsteps create pathways for smaller animals to pass by. And during the seasons when it's dry, you dig water back into the riverbeds. If you just lift your head, you'd see your feet have never been too big, and you've never been too heavy. In fact, the way you move has always been so gracious and steady. You haven't crushed a single thing that hasn't made room for many. See, your footsteps and your bones and every part of you has purpose. And I know you haven't heard this and grew up feeling worthless because of everything you're not, and are constantly belittled by voices that don't stop, but let me tell you, you cannot put your trust in a world that's never satisfied nor knows the definition of enough. It will continue to suck the life right out of you. I know you view yourself in light of all the words you've ever heard, and you've held on to everything that's been spoken over you, even the things that are not true. And I know words. I know how they have a way of sticking and picking apart every piece of your heart, so let's start over. Let me speak something new. See, you are special. That's an adjective. By definition, it means exceptionally good or precious. You've got a light that's infectious, and when I think about the components that make something beautiful, you mark everything off the checklist. And like selling diamonds for too cheap, it'd be reckless not to acknowledge your worth. You are worth it. A phrase, meaning enjoyable and sufficiently good. You are everything you should be. You are complete. Another adjective, meaning having all the necessary or appropriate parts, so next time they start talking about all the things you could be, say, my feet are exactly where they should be. I might not be everything you want, but I'm what God said I would be, and every bit of weight I feel is for a reason. Because I've got something to step on so that light can reach dark spaces. I've got to help bring water back to dry places, because I'm a well maker. I'm a ground shaker. I'm a generational curse breaker, so of course I've got some weight on me.
Yeah.
I know who the Lord says I am, so I don't need the world's take on me. And when I stand in that truth, it's like the lies start to break off me. See, my legs might not be built for leaps of faith, but faith can't be contained to movement and shapes. If God says, be still and know who I am. He says, whoever thought you needed to jump wasn't in the room when I made you. You are thought through. You are on purpose. And I know you haven't heard this, but one day you'll understand that you were made for a plan, better yet shaped in the hands of a God who works not only all things, but every part of you for your good and his glory. And I know the world makes it hard to embrace who you are, but stop trying to take yourself out of the story because you do belong. If God thought it was good to make you who you are, who is anyone to say he's wrong?